everyone, welcome to Salvation Hour. My name is Nduka Obi. Here with us, Mr. Daniel Ojako. Mr. Daniel Ojako, can you introduce yourself?
Well, I'm Daniel Ojako. I'm the founder and president of Salvation of Love Ministry. This is a platform which we create to discuss the in-depth of the Word of God. If there be any misconception or misunderstanding of the Word of God, we want to come together and clarify, because the Bible says iron sharpeneth iron. We want to discuss the in-depth of the Word of God, and as you listen, may you be blessed.
Thank you very much, Mr. Daniel Ojako, and thank you for watching from Salvation Hour. Thank you very much. What is gospel, Mr. Daniel Ojako? Can you tell us what is gospel?
What is the gospel?
Yes.
The gospel in the Hebrew is a Greek word called evangelion. Then in the Hebrew is a Hebrew word called evangelion. Then in the Greek it's called gospel. It means good news. It simply means good news. What's the good news of the Bible? We were meant to believe that the Bible started with the bad news in the Garden of Eden.
Right, yeah.
God created man in his image and his likeness, and he gave to men dominion over the earth. We can find that in Genesis 2:15. He gave men dominion over the earth. And what is another word for dominion? Dominion means power or authority. That is another word for dominion. So God gave the power and authority over the earth to man, the first man called Adam. And Adam had a decision in the garden, a story which we all know about, to choose between God and to choose between obeying God or obeying the devil. Adam chose to obey the devil. And by him obeying the devil, he submitted the power and authority that was given to him by God. He submitted that power and authority to the devil. All of a sudden, this earth that wasn't meant to know evil became the ruling order of the day. Things and tissue started growing up in crops. Animals were meant to live in harmony. Animals turned against each other. They were now prey and predators. Humans were meant to live with each other in love, but there was now violence, greed, selfishness, wickedness, adultery, idolatry in the world. All manners of evil became invited into the world. That was the bad news. From generation to generation, God has been trying to reconcile man to himself. He started with a man named Noah. He said, build an ark, let everyone who is holy come into the ark. Noah tried building the ark. We found out in the story of the Bible, only 8 people survived. He found another man, Abraham, leave your family and follow me to a land I will show you, and I will make you a great nation. He met someone else again. He walked with the descendant of Abraham till the people which he carved out for himself were now under bondage, and he drew them away from Egypt, and he formed another nation from them. But yet we found out in the Old Testament, God were trying to reconcile, but men were trying to go on their own way. God wanted them to create no image of him, but men were trying to create image on the earth.
Yes, exactly.
You understand me? So idolatry was now the order of the day. God was trying to reconcile man to himself right through the Old Testament. This is why the Old Testament was just a promise. He is coming, he is coming, he is coming. Then when we came to the New Testament, we found out that there was a promise that was fulfilled in the Old Testament. He said, I am going to create an enmity. He was talking to the serpent. The serpent, we find out, is a allegory or a type for the devil. He said, I'm going to create enmity between you and the descendant of the woman. The descendant of the woman is going to come to crush your head, and you are going to bruise his heel. That is what he said. And the descendant of the woman was Jesus Christ. We find out in John 1:1, he said, behold, the word become flesh. Exactly. God had to become a man. And they said he dwelt among us. Now, the Old Testament was the promise. The New Testament was the fulfillment of that promise. God had to become a man, and he come to dwell among us. Jesus Christ represented the whole Adamic race. He represented